You need to see this all the way through because what happened during Kat Timpf's latest on-air moment has sent Star Buzz into a frenzy, and the way she owned every single second is nothing short of unforgettable. It started early in the morning, just hours before the debut of her brand new podcast. She was filming a special segment on breaking free from expectations, a topic that was clearly close to her heart. Viewers know Kat for her signature professional look, a tailored jacket, a sharp blouse, and black pants, along with her quick wit and fearless opinions. That morning, she greeted the crew with a confident smile as they went through their usual pre-show checklist. But just as the camera's red light flickered on, she made a sudden choice no one saw coming. She reached up, unfastened her top, and let the fabric slide off her shoulders, revealing a sleek, form-fitting bodysuit underneath. For a heartbeat, the entire studio froze in complete silence. Then, without hesitation, she tossed her blazer to the floor like it was a piece of her past she no longer needed. That single, deliberate move hit like a lightning bolt. The sharp contrast between her usual buttoned-up style and this bold, stripped-down statement was impossible to miss. She leaned forward slightly toward the microphone and, without a pause, delivered the line that would define the moment. If you want to shed expectations, sometimes you have to start by shedding your armor. It was simple. It was raw. And it landed with the kind of impact that ripples far beyond the walls of a studio. You could feel the shift in the air instantly, like everyone realized they were witnessing something that was going to be talked about for a long time. From that moment on, Kat didn't just talk, she transformed the set into a space of pure honesty. She explained that removing those layers of clothing wasn't for shock value but to show how we all carry invisible layers that weigh us down, layers of fear, judgment, and other people's expectations. She talked about how, in her early career, she always felt the pressure to appear perfectly polished, as if the right outfit could shield her from criticism or doubt. For years, she had hidden behind those blazers, thinking that if she looked untouchable, no one would question her place at the table. But she realized that real strength came when she was unapologetically herself. "When I feel free," she said with a steady voice, "I create my best work." Behind the scenes, the energy was electric. Camera operators scrambled to capture the unexpected moment from every angle. The stylists and makeup team watched with wide eyes, half worried she might regret it, half awed by her courage. One crew member later admitted, "I've been in studios for over a decade, and I've never seen someone risk that level of vulnerability live." Even the people who were nervous about the shift couldn't deny they were witnessing something powerful, a visual and emotional statement about freedom and authenticity. And Kat didn't stop there. She went on to talk about how many people spend their lives wearing masks to fit in, often without realizing it. She shared personal stories of times she'd bitten her tongue in meetings, nodded along to ideas she didn't believe in, and dressed to fit into someone else's version of professional. But that day, she wanted to send a different message, that you are at your most powerful when you stop hiding behind layers, whether they are made of fabric or fear. The audience at home felt it too. Messages started pouring in online within minutes, flooding Star Buzz feeds with clips and quotes from the segment. People from different walks of life shared how they'd been holding themselves back, how they'd been afraid to speak up at work, to chase a dream, or even to wear what they truly wanted. One viewer wrote, "It wasn't about the clothes. It was about seeing someone say, 'This is me, take it or leave it.' That's something I've never dared to do, until now." By the time the segment wrapped, the studio crew wasn't just applauding, they were buzzing with the realization that they'd been part of a defining career moment. And Kat? She walked off set with the same unshakable confidence she had when she threw off her blazer, knowing she'd done something that wasn't just a performance, but a genuine invitation for people to embrace their own unfiltered selves. The impact of that moment is still echoing across Star Buzz, inspiring conversations about courage, individuality, and the power of showing up exactly as you are. If this story lit a spark in you, remember that shedding expectations doesn't always mean doing something dramatic. Sometimes it starts with a small decision, speaking your mind when you'd normally stay quiet, choosing what you truly love over what's expected, or simply letting go of the fear of being judged. That's what Kat showed the world in just a few unforgettable minutes.